I am not a financial advisor. These videos are all meant for educational purposes only. All complete Trader Academy videos are my personal opinion and perspective. Trading carries a high level of risk, and all results are your own responsibility. Please always demo first. Hey everybody, welcome back to CTA Review. Today is August 19, Monday, 2024. Hope you had a good day today. So let's try to make it quick. We were talking about breaking through this high right here, which is obviously August 1st. And then getting into that gap. So one of the videos I made here was on the 15th. How many days ago was that? Whatever that was, maybe Thursday. So my intention was to come up here that in the grand scheme of macro things, that we could come up here, get into there, and then okay, this was one of the bearish ideas. So you got to watch the previous videos. I'm sure the ones that are caught up understand. Catching up to this area, and then if the market does decide to come back down for another leg, that it would maybe possibly look like this. So right now we've got that up here, and I'm not bullish or bearish at this. Just to speak on it for this this example that I'm giving, I'm not bearish or bullish. What I'm saying is logically that I expect price to come up here to this degree. Now, can it keep going? Yes, I've made higher high and higher low examples already. So, but if it's bearish, then I still expect it to come back here. That's why I didn't make a video on Friday. And for the two people who unfollowed me, for whatever reason, I don't know what it is. Obviously, they won't know what I'm saying now unless they come and watch my video. But bro, don't be so entitled. For the people who unfollow me, it's like I show up, I give you game every day for free, and not even trying to charge you anything at all. Like, it's not even on my mind. Like, I do this because I like it. And but for you to unfollow me, how could you unfollow me? Like, I'm taking it personal. I'm just like, wait a minute. I'm showing up every day. I give you my advice the day before, and then it generally speaking pans out. And then I teach you every candlestick damn near. And it's like, I'm sorry, are there people out here doing that for free like that? Like, I don't get it. Like, I know they got Discords and they're charging all day long. I'm not saying that just because I don't have one, I'm not charging something. I do have $100 course. That's only because I can't do one-on-ones. So I literally don't care about it. There's literally only one person in there right now, to be specific. And it's like, I don't care. I'm not here to do that. I only have it so I can help people. But for you to unfollow me, like, I don't see how I could not be of use or of help. But unless like a moment like this, when you expected a retrace here, for example, on this chart, and then you didn't see that, right? Like, and then you're like, oh, you got it wrong. I messed up my account or challenge or whatever the hell you're doing. And then you just like blame me. It's like, you know what, man, like, you don't get how this works. But I don't want to get sidetracked, but let's just show you the game. Cause I mean, that's what I do, man. I mean, I'm going to keep doing what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep winning. And it is what it is. I mean, so to keep it simple, as you know, that we've got the high right there from August 1st. Plus we have actually, was it from August 1st or the day before August 1st? It was August 1st, yeah. Okay. So what's it called? So we got that high, and then we have obviously the gap that we're slowly going up to now, which I knew we would, but I couldn't participate in that. So Friday, as you see, this is the 4-hour chart. I'm going to try to make this simple, but if you look at the 4-hour chart here, you can see that there's that gap right there on Thursday, that imbalance. So on Friday, I didn't make a video because it was pretty self-explanatory, but all Friday did was make a high, retrace back into that 4-hour imbalance right here, and then just pushed up for another high, which we made today, and then we retraced back into into that imbalance. I'm going to drag it out even, and then just took off from there. I mean, we're bullish in this sense, looking for that liquidity. So, and after today's price, I mean, after what's going on, I still think that we have another leg in this year to go up, and then we'll make the high of the year. But anyways, as you see here, on Friday, I've got it dragged out. So this is the imbalance on the 4-hour from Thursday. Dragged it out here. Friday came down. Look at the bodies, respecting it. Just made higher highs and higher lows. Stayed inside that range, and it was at the end of the week. So it's like, it just pretty much it just tutored out. I mean, it was just, there's nothing else like left it could do. So the retrace on a Friday made sense, obviously. But then we close here on Friday. So then let me just fast forward. Now Monday today, obviously Monday. So we open up, we gap up. So that's a nice sign of us pulling up to the top side in general speaking. And then what do? We come and take out the high that we made on Friday. Okay, so we make the high on we take out the high on Friday. We immediately close below and as a bearish candle and come down, and we come right back into the range if I put a fib from here to here. Very, very simple logic here. You know, and it's coming right back below 50%. If I put this on a lower time frame fib, on a retail fib, we're sitting at the 61. Look at the body. Well, not so pretty, but sitting at the 61, right? So I'm actually gonna keep this up for a second. So that I'll explain kind of like today. So then what do? We come down, we get to it, and then we push back up. We shift over that swing high right there. And we are above remember the opening week gaps in the background, right? Oh, look at this. Motherfuckers, I fucking knew it, dude. Oh boy. So what do? So then we come back down. Now I'm going to transfer over to this because we can see it here. So the understanding is that when we open at 9:30 right here. So it's Monday, so you gotta let it flow, right? You gotta let it upset. You gotta let it raid, and you gotta let it show its hand. So how do I approach this today? So price shoots down here, right? Doesn't tap that the 4-hour imbalance that you see right there, and which is fine. And then it doesn't take out these lows. Let me move over to the left just so you can see it. It's gonna be kind of hard to see it. Yeah, let me do it like this real quick. So you see when this price pops down, it doesn't take out these equal lows right here. So if you're wondering what you're doing, obviously you're looking for equal highs, equal lows. These equal highs right here that were made between 9:07 and 9:16. Obviously that's the high. That's the high before we get to the main event, which is the previous the August 1st high, right? So which is in I highlighted in a less color because we hit that. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. No, that's the internal high. There's that high, and then there's this high that we made today at the 30 minutes before midnight. So 11:30, right there, right? So we with this 9:30 drop, we don't take out that liquidity, which is suspect because if it came down this low, then we expect it to. But I looked at it like, okay, well, we're sitting in this gap, this imbalance right here, which is the 409. If I drag that 409 out, it's like, okay, well, we're just sitting in that gap, right? Fine. So what do? We shift above that little swing high that we made at the 9:30. So let me kind of go back in here. So now the 9:30 is there, and you see it's a little swing high right there, and we're sitting there pretty much covering the opening range, very small open range, right? But we are on the below the opening of the gap. I'm bullish as far as what I'm trading today. I'm buying. I mean, I'm attacking this high, like guaranteed. I'm attacking that August 1st high, like I'm holding for it for guaranteed. So, and if the opening price pops up, which gives you this purple opening gap, this is just I'm looking at this as a simple accumulation, manipulation, and distribution, 3 candle bullish candle. I mean, the manipulation comes down, and then once we pass above the opening gap, then now the candle of the day, which is also the week, it's bullish. It's a simple open manipulation down, push up, expansion, right? It's very simple. So what do? Well, in this case, I'm a little antsy because I know where we're going, but what we do, the price comes here, it does not go above these highs. Then it retraces back. I'm like, all right, cool. I like that. I'll take that as so it retraces back, gets into these down candles right here. All right, comes in these down candles. I'm immediately buying in those candles because I'm trying to go above. Look what happens with me. So price shoots up, takes out this high, and I'm like, yeah, let's go. I'm ready to roll. Sure enough, it comes against me, and it comes against me pretty fast. So this was the issue. And the reason why I took this trade, which was, if I was to draw a line right here, I was really looking at this. I was looking at this right here. I was looking at that spot right there. So it wicked it and came up. So I literally, when this candle came down, and the momentum, I'm already buying this. And the goal was to come and take out these highs and then reach to the high we made today. Oh my God, look at them, dude. Are they going to do it today? Oh, I didn't think they were going to fucking do it today. Oh, I knew I should have held it to the end of the day. Anyways, I can't make this shit up. So anyways, what's it called? So these two candles, and it's after 10 o'clock, right? So keep in mind, it's after 10 o'clock. So here's the 10 o'clock candle right here. So we push down and we get into here. I'm looking at this as a higher low. It's past 10 o'clock. So I'm looking at this as the wick getting created for the 10-hour, the 4-hour 10 a.m. candle. Okay. And sure enough, it fails. They rush for a liquidity raid. I'm like, okay, I knew exactly what they were doing. But at the same speaking, I need confirmation once I took this loss and I took this raid. So check this out. So what happens is then the price comes down, raids, and I would normally have pushed buy here, and I have a divergence here, but it's Monday, and I'm like, kind of like fuzzy-eyed, like, oh man, they're going to drop it even lower because of the fact that there's that low sitting at fucking whatever low this is, here, give you the exact time. That low, the 407 candle. So the 407 candle is, if you look on the 15-minute, is literally sitting right there. So I'm like, I'll let it go. I ain't gonna do nothing. Let it take out that low, right? Sure enough, this thing flies up. I'm like, oh, they're gonna keep it, and I missed it. So I'm like, okay, cool. Oh my God, bro. Oh my God. I was gonna hold it. Fucking knew it. All right. Anyways, so what does it do? The price shoots up. We retrace back into an imbalance right there, which is the 1023, right? So beautiful option to buy, but I don't have a shift in structure, even though I do have one right here, which is this little, see this little, it's actually not even a swing high. I'm smaller time frames, I'm sure it is, but here, this would be like a break once we make this high and this low and we break above. See this little candle here between the 1021 and the 1022. See how we wick down, we retrace back, just with the wicks, retrace back, boom, we tap that, right? And that's kind of like mitigating the push out artist, and it's mitigating this block right here. This is a support block right here, this 1018, this up candle. So, but for me, that's just, it's not enough, only specifically because it's Monday and I need to have super confirmation. So the price shoots up, retraces back into this imbalance that I just mentioned on the 1023. I don't get into that either. So what does it do? Then the price pushes up and it takes out this high. Now I have a real shift. Now this is a real shift because this is a swing high right here, right? And that's the range that we're in, because that range high took out that high, and then this range low took out that low. So this is a range that we're in, and we bust above it. Now we don't close above it, but it doesn't matter. We shift above, and this is already, my bias is right for where we're going, so I'm not worried about it. Look at, did I hit that to the tick? Oh my God damn. Holy shit. Okay, so anyways, retraces back here. We had that imbalance right there, which is now this 1027. I got it dragged out right there. Can't miss that. At 1027. Plus, I have this candle right here, opened as 1016. This is inversion imbalance right there, and we wick down. So once we break above this, I'm waiting for a retrace. I'm not getting into this type of trade unless it's a retrace back. And sure enough, we're just getting out any push out artists. Price retrace back. Now I'm sitting in the imbalance here, and I'm good. All right. So as soon as the price wicks down and tags here, by the time I get filled in, I'm sitting inside this 1027 imbalance. And let me just kind of go to it. Where are we? Right here. So I end up getting filled right there. See that? So I get filled right there. And as soon as I get filled right there, this thing takes off. If my trade is not going in the direction I want it to go, 8 out of 10 times I'm wrong. For real. And I don't want it to hang around either. I want it to completely, consistently take off. If it's coming back and hanging around in my area, I have a problem and the trade's probably not going to work out. So that's why when I take this trade and I get an entry here, I don't have it come into the 50%. My stop loss was originally under this low right here. Like I'll literally put it right there, right? And then I don't want it to come below 50% of this inversion imbalance anyway. But remember, I'm playing this imbalance. I'm playing that imbalance. So the bodies are sitting there, and then sure enough, we just take off, right? But when the price starts moving up like this, I'm literally putting my stop loss 50%, closer to 50% of that wick, which would be right there, right? You see that? So I'm managing the risk really well, and if it, and that's just it is what it is, and that's how I manage it, and that's what snipers do. So what do? So the price pushes up here, and we make a nice speaker here. And I was like, yeah, well, I know what they're doing. Even when they dropped down here, I wasn't concerned about them taking me out. What do? We came right down to that imbalance, and we hit the literal closing of Friday's pricing, which of the opening range gap. You see that? I got it highlighted right there. You see that? So when we push up, this is the high, and then you think it's the higher high. They make this higher low, and then some people will get in here as a breakout artist, right? And if you see here, it literally taps that imbalance plus the push out artist. So someone will get in here, but what they did, they'll know somebody says, oh, that's perfect. I'm a lazy trader. I'm going to take this buy. And then sure enough, they come and take this high out. Now it's a speaker. High, high, high. And then look at this. Low, low, low. You can see it. Can you see this little pocket of price right here? The high comes above it, the low comes below it. The high comes above it, the low comes below it. So this is like a I call it a shakeout, right? So we just try to make a new high or whatever. But anyways, and what they do, they run it down really quick one more time, and they stop in this imbalance. And there's a little gap right in between those candles. There's a little gap right there, right in between there, and we tag that nicely. So these two down candles, this imbalance, we have the opening range gap. Oh, and by the way, as you see here, when this area right here, we hit nicely. That's that. Look how it's bouncing off of the opening range 50%. So like we push up. This is algorithmic delivery, and this is what you want to see in order flow, right? So if this is not happening, then you're basically, the trade's not panning out. So anyway, so we push up, and then we pull up again, midnight level right there. We nicely referring to that in the background, right? And then nice imbalance right here. Okay, why does it do that? That imbalance right there, right? And then I'm holding. Why am I holding? I'm holding until we take this goddamn high out, which is August 1st. I'm taking it. Obviously, we have these two highs here, so then we push through it. Nice imbalance right there. Price pushes up the internal highs, not the high of the day of today, okay, which is the first light color. The strong green is the August 1st. This is the high of the day today, and look how we come underneath it right here. See how we come underneath it right there? So we come underneath it, and what are they doing? They're just building liquidity there. And when it comes down, I'm not worried about it. I know that we're going to still push up. So what do? We get to push up there. We go above the high of today, right? And then now I'm talking about here. So we went to the high of the day, and then we retrace back right into that imbalance right there. You can go do the research. I'm not going to, it's already highlighted right there for you. And then I'm holding. I got to be patient. I'm just going to keep holding it for this goddamn August 1st. And the reason why I'm so adamant about it is because there's been so many times in the past, and that's why we do these videos. That's why we talk about this. So you can remember this the next time it happens. But there's been so many times where I would wait for it to take this high out, like for example, and then I'll just get out. And then, sure enough, the price goes right to my target. So, and then I should have wanted to hold it for closer to up here. And it ends up always happening. It ends up going to my target. So this is just to show, this is experience. This is fucking experience. There's nothing else I could tell you. You have to have been through enough chart time and market hours to get to this situation where you understand, I'm going to just hold it because I know it's trending. Number two, I know it's a buy model day. Number three, we have a clear target. I mean, it's just like literally you can wait since August 1st, and in a situation like this, you could literally wait till it gets this close and then just hold for your buys. I mean, it's as easy as it gets in a sense. But anyways, we retrace back into this imbalance and we push up. Boom. We push up. I'm screenshotting it here. Why? Because remember that August 1st is sitting in a gap in itself. It's sitting in a gap right here. You'll see this gap right there. Let me see this August 1st high. That gap, it's sitting in a gap from Sunday the 21st, July. All right, right there. So it's literally by itself, this gap. It's like super by itself, okay? So, and as you see here, so what I'm getting here, I want to take out that high first. Okay, perfect. We took it out. And then I wait for it to push to the 50% because I know the algorithm is going to reference the 50%. It always does. All right, so boom, I hit there and I take the trade out, completely out of the damn trade. Overbought, just fucking gorgeous. Okay, so now, how many times do I tell you that what I should normally do is once I take this trade, once I get to a target, and I know there's targets on the top side, I want to have it retrace back into something, and then continue the journey. So that's what I did. I took out the trade. It retraced back into a 5-minute imbalance right here. And I have to kind of go, you can't see it on this 1 minute, but it tags it. I was literally waiting all day and I didn't even go to lunch until I took this screenshot right here. So I took this screenshot right here. All right. So then I went to lunch. I went downstairs. All right. In this whole period of time, I went downstairs. And then sure enough, when I'm on my phone and I'm sitting there eating grapes and shit, then this level got tagged. I'm watching it. And I took this on my phone. Actually, I didn't take this on here. And then once I grabbed some fruits and I just started to come back up. And then sure enough, the price got up to here. And then I was looking to get out. So the goal of me mentioning this trade, it's a very small trade, but I knew it was going to happen. And sure enough, it was a nice, I ended up closing at 2,400, but I ended up pushing up obviously way more, as you see. But the logic was to keep going. Now at this point, the reason why I got out here and I didn't keep holding it was because I assumed that we wouldn't get this high today. It was going to happen tomorrow. I didn't expect this to go another 100 points from here, and I was exhausted to begin with, and I left it alone. But here's where I get pissed off. Look at where the price is, 748. I wanted to get out at 775. The reason why I wanted to get out at 775 was let me go to it, and I can't make this shit up, buddy. So there's the gap. If you take a look here, super game. So there's the gap right here, right? There's the gap right there. And I just took a screenshot of me getting out right there with that second trade. I wanted to hold it for this high. See this little high right there? It's a swing high, which is, look at the level. Look to the right, 773. If I tell you the exact level, up there, look up here. Where is it? Right here. The high is 775, 19,775 and a half. So 17,775. I get out right here. And then 17,775 and a half would be right here. Right there. This level right here. Look how these next three candles shot right to it. Boom. And I told myself, I'm like, bro, just hold it to there because they're gonna go and take that. And sure enough, they did, and I walked away, and I was like, I'm like, what the hell? And then now take a look at this. Man, even while I'm doing this damn video, huh? Yeah, it literally started pushing while I was doing this video. So if you look to your left here, I'm measuring the, let me go to a 5-minute here. I don't want to make these videos long, but I don't know how to not explain everything, man. Fuck. So this swing low to this swing high are projected up here. This 1 to 1.5, this is where I'm playing in the playground of taking the trade out to here makes sense right here, right? 1 to 1.5. And then there's always a nice retrace opportunity in between these levels. Sure enough, you can see it right there. And then what does it do? Shoots right to the 2 to 2.5. beautiful. And really what my goal was is I wanted to hold it for this damn daily high of August 2nd. Look at, there's no body there. I think I showed maybe this on another previous video, but there's literally no wick there. I'm sorry, not no body, no wick. Look at that. Look at this date. Look at this July 24th. Am I on the right one? Why is it showing me? It is not July 24th. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes. I'm thinking about April 1st. Sorry. So July 24th. Yes. This gap. Yes. This gap. This 24th right here. There's no bot. There's no wick there. So the algorithm is definitely going to reference that as like kind of like a mistake, you can call it. But again, we're shooting for the gap. So, and sure enough, we're going right to it. Can't you see it? It doesn't look like it's drawing. Now, I think I've said enough. That being all said here, I know I'm missing something, but if you take a look at the daily, these daily imbalances, you can see that we're using them as support. I'm not going to go through that. I need to finish. And then, as you see now, it's a speaker here. Point of origin, highs, lows. Do we end up coming back down, or do we just make a higher high and a higher low and push back up, right? So that's pretty much the case. This gave it away too with the higher lows for Dow. When we were starting at 9:30 time, I had already saw these higher lows. So this kind of let me know, like, also that, hey, we're pushing up, all right? And then here, obviously, we're getting lower lows here, and we had higher lows here, and that was kind of, but I got in with a more confirmation. So if you're asking, like, hey, you know, how do I like get in with more confirmation? Well, here's a shift above that high, and then this imbalance in between this 5 minute. Obviously, I got it on a 1 minute, but you can see there very clearly on a 5 minute. At this time frame shows it very, very high confluence. Even if I did this, look at this inversion imbalance plus the bullish imbalance right there, and look at that. Like, look at that pocket of price. Beautiful right there. So, and sure enough, just higher highs and higher lows, the expansion. I feel like I'm missing something. Dude, I'm sure people don't want to watch 27-minute videos. I mean, but I am doing it for free, so I don't understand why anybody would have a problem. But and then we're coming down for this liquidity here. We have a nice gap right there. Can't miss that. Dollars did look heavier, and sure enough, it is coming down now. But let's see, where do we go from here? Let's take a look here real quick. I mean, look how high Dow got, man. I mean, this is not bearish, bro. Like, you know, we're bullish for another leg. I mean, I don't see how else I could put it. It would have to literally fall from right now to hell. Like, it would have to really, really, really be bad. And then now they've broken that high too. So, like, you know, this, I don't see this being like the pocket of resistance right here for S&P, and then just coming out. I mean, this is really, really high. Now, again, if we are becoming bearish, like, it's over with from right here. Like, there's no more pushing up from here, like, literally. So I don't know. I'm gonna go with my instinct of that, what I've said in the previous videos and all these things, which is I'm expecting us to push up for another higher high, and then make the top, like, you know, after them cutting rates in September, if they do, and then wait a month after that, and then we've set a high, and then now we really come down. But I can't call the market here anymore. But we came up here, and again, do we make a higher low and then push up, or do we come all the way down? I don't know, man. And to be in a normal world, I would just say it's going to make a new higher high, all-time high. I mean, that would be like the simple way of saying all this, without any regular intervention, right? Of any, like, you know, news that they have with health things going on right now. With, I'm not even going to mention it, but you get what I'm saying. So this is where we are, and man, I know I've talked a lot, dude. But and then Nvidia went to where I was mentioning. I didn't even make the video Friday, and sure enough, we had pushed up to get into. We went from this gap here into this gap here, and now, I mean, we're just I mean, bro, this is not bearish. There's no, it's like, um, and then maybe tomorrow I'll talk more about the higher time frame here situation. But I mean, it was very obvious when they gapped down on that previous week, and we gapped down, and then we shot down into this support area, which I get it. These are really equal lows, and it's like, bro, like it's pretty obvious that we should come back down, but in instances, also they might not hold. So, but what do we see? We see this 4 hour candle push back down just to make sure no one gets back in, and then they make this high and then higher low, retrace back. Then we just get this high and then we just use this as support, and it's just like a floater ever since. So like retracing back into imbalances on the 4 hour is super key, making it easy. This I'm gonna go back to this and put this on the 4 hour because this is where I should have left it instead of the daily. And then if you look on the daily, this is the last thing I'll say. When you see these gaps right here that don't get filled, and this is another one, this is another reason why I was confident in buying, because at this point I know they're using these breakaway gaps right here. I know they're using this as momentum where we don't come back in because we came down, and now we're going back up. It's using momentum and strength of, if you notice, there's no wicks that come into this imbalance on the daily. They're just literally rolling right up, right? You see that, like it consolidate, push up, consolidate, push up, right? So we're not getting those retraces that are deep because these gaps are so strong that they don't get filled. And you want to see that if you're taking out liquidity, and that's the exact reason why you don't see the daily imbalances ever getting filled. But on the 4 hour, they are getting tapped, right? So it's just a breakaway gap, and sure enough, it's panning out. So I don't think there's anything else I should say. You guys take care, and God bless.